I could just say that the Act 1 of Arcane Season 2 is even better than the whole Season 1, and stopping the video here. But I want to explain why, in order to convince everyone to watch this amazing masterpiece from Fortish. Hi, I'm SoyGyoza, and this is my Arcane 2 Act 1 review. Don't worry, this is a no spoiler review. I will make another one with spoilers that should appear here as a card once it's ready. For this one, I will use as background only scenes from the trailer or Season 1, so you can watch this without problems. Let's start by saying that artistically, everything is extremely polished, even more than Season 1. Characters and background blend in fantastically, which is not something to overlook. Like Season 1, there are often music scenes with peculiar animation styles, like Echo and Jinx on the bridge, but honestly, I found the music here to be even more enjoyable. I like every single soundtrack of this act, every single one. Character designs are solid 10 out of 10. I really love how this series takes a lot from the original source, but ultimately becomes its own thing in the original characters. But in a way that doesn't seem forced, or that stands out, making things not cohesive. No. Every single character design is so in line with the original League characters that if you don't know the game, you would have trouble understanding which is a champion and which is not. Every design is top tier, so much that the protagonists don't suffer from the Yu-Gi-Oh effect, if you know what I mean. Also, Season 2, like Season 1, is full of easter eggs from the original games. They are well placed, not too hard to spot on or too in the face, and it's good that they blend in so much with the environment, cause you don't see them instantly, but once you recognize them, it feels almost rewarding, like a minigame. Maybe I will do a video showing all of them. About the plot, I can't obviously say much without spoiling, but I can say that I really loved that the series doesn't lose time. In these 3 episodes, happened so much stuff, important stuff, and not a single scene seemed off or wasn't packed with something, being action, lore, information, or plot relevancy. Also, the series pulled the accelerator from minute 1 of the first episode, and that really had a great feelings. No recap, no distraction or side story, no, we started from the exact moment that Season 1 interrupted, and that's so good. The plot is really articulate, but doesn't seem heavy. In fact, I had no problem binging the whole act in 2 hours straight, and I really wanted to see what happened next. I got hooked, and that's everything you can ask from a plot to understand that it's good. Character-wise, I can say that this is where Act 1 of Season 2 really destroyed Season 1. In my personal opinion, Season 1 was amazing on many aspects, but sometimes I really struggled with some characters. Sometimes things felt rushed, or that skipped some step, or that there were a really thin connection between some behaviors from the same character. And this was true especially for Jinx, which is literally the poster girl of the series. In Season 1, many original or even secondary characters seemed better built than Jinx, and even Vi and Jace suffered in characterization. I'm not saying that they are bad or written poorly. There are far worse characters in other series, especially in animated series from a video game, but some scenes or behavior of this character were probably the only flaws of Season 1. But Season 2 is different. I didn't have a single problem with any of the character behaviors. Even when I disagreed with them, I understood their feelings. They seemed real, natural, and credible. Even when characters are not on the spotlight and are in the background, you can see micro behaviors that are perfectly in line with what the character should be and is said to be. There is nothing that felt off. Even when the series wants to gaslight you with the plot into believing something, if you are focused enough, it's possible to spot the true intentions behind a character, and this is especially true at the end of the act. You will understand once you get there. Also, like Season 1, we can see in this act that both Piltover and Zone are essentially characters. Every action made by the main characters has a reaction reflected in the city's behavior. Many times in Season 1, we often heard characters say something on the line of Piltover is scared, or the slums are angry, or scenes where the people from both cities acted as a whole. This makes the environment feels extremely realistic, and this is really something to highlight. Because this show is not focused on the main characters and their tale. They are not in a vacuum. Every time they do something, someone pays its price or reap their reward, like it will happen in real life. Arcane is not about Jinx or Vi or Jace. They are pawns in the intricate web of destiny. The real main characters are the upper city and the slums, the rich and the poor, Piltover and Zone. They are essentially organic, breathing characters, even if you need a bit of imagination to spot it, but it's something that, for me, makes a great story into a masterpiece. Overall, the first act is full of impact, goes hard from the first minute, things get really interesting and are perfectly paced, there are no scenes that feel too stretched or rushed, a real 10 out of 10 if I ever seen one. I have only one concern. In this act there are hundreds of super high quality rictus shots. Why the hell lore went with this one?